Okay, this is GoMath Purple, lesson 9.1. We're going to be working on problem solving and comparing fractions, continuing to do that. So we're going to start off with our problem. Mary and Vincent climbed up on a rock wall at the park. Mary climbed 3/4 of the way up the wall. Vincent climbed 3/8 of the way up the wall. Who climbed higher? You can act out the problem by using manipulatives to help you compare fractions. So first off, let's take a look. So we know that 3/4 is going to be important, so I'm going to circle that. We know 3/8 is going to be important, so I'm going to circle that one. I'm going to look down, and it's a word problem, so we're going to solve it this way. What do I need to find? I need to find who climbed higher. Forgive my writing, it's hard to hold this and write at the same time. Okay, what information do I need to use? Mary climbed. How far did she climb? We look up at our word problem, and she climbed, that's right, 3/4 of the way. So if we look back up at our problem, Vincent climbed 3/8 of the way. Okay, how will I use the information? Let's see, I will use blank and blank, the lengths of the models, to find who climbed blank. If we look up here, we see who climbed higher, so we know we want to find who climbed higher. Okay, I will use blank and blank the lengths of the models. So we are going to compare, because we want to see who climbed higher. So who climbed the greatest distance. So I will use lengths climbed and compare the lengths of the models to find who climbed higher. If we look at our model, here's our one whole, and we have our fourths, so we have 3/4. I'm going to write beside it 3/4, and we know that that was Mary. And then here we have 3/8, and we know that that was Vincent. Now if we use our fraction blocks, we can see really quickly 3/4 is much bigger than 3/8. So we're going to put 3/4 is greater than 3/8. So the length of the 3/4 model is greater than the length of the 3/8 model. So if we look up here, we have Mary or Vincent, and Mary at 3/4 climbed higher on the rock wall. Okay, flipping our page. Okay, another problem. The camp leader is making waffles for breakfast. Tracy ate 3/6 of her waffle. Kim ate 5/6 of her waffle. Who ate more of her waffle? So again, if we look at our numbers, we know 3/6 is going to be important. We know 5/6 is going to be important. So what do I need to find? If we look at our problem, we want to know who ate more. Okay, what information do I need to use? Well, I know that Tracy ate 3/6 of her waffle, and Kim, hate when that happens, ate 5/6 of her waffle. So how will I use the information? We're going to use a model. I'm going to draw it, but you have your fraction blocks you could use to build it if you wanted to. So if you look over here, I already started sketching it out. I have my whole, and then I have my one that's divided into 6, and I shaded in 3 of those. And then this one is also divided into 6, and I shaded 5 of those. If we look at our problem up here, we have Tracy who ate 3/6 and Kim who ate 5/6. So if we look at our problem, we can see that 5/6 is bigger than 3/6. So we know that Kim ate more waffle. Because, remember, your explanation is important. 5/6 is greater than 3/6. Okay? How did your model help you solve the problem? We talked about it being a V word. It helps us visualize the amounts. Visualizing them means we can see them. We can easily see the difference visually with our eyes. Tracy and Kim each had a carton of milk with lunch. Tracy drank 5/8 of her milk. Kim drank 7/8 of her milk. Who drank more of their milk? Explain. So we have a new problem, and we know that we are going to circle the 5/8 because that's important, and our 7/8 is pretty important. So it's up to you. How are you going to solve it? You could draw pictures, or you can look at your numbers. I think I'm going to draw out a 1, just like up above. So this is my 1 hole. And then underneath of it, I'm going to divide it into 8s, because that's how many we have for both of them. So we have 5/8, and then we have 7/8. And if I look here, color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can anybody see what I did that was wrong? Yep, I made 6 instead of 8s. That doesn't do me any good. So what I'll need to do is add on, make my 1 go all the way across like that. Because they're still the same amount because they're still 8s. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 8s. And then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 8s. And if I look at that, I can see the 7 8s is definitely greater. So we'll use the greater symbol. Then 5 8s. So that means, let's see, Tracy drank 5 8s and Kim drank 7 8s. So Kim drank more.